It's being nice to other people and being able to do the right thing even if not everybody else thinks it is.
Kindness to me means just someone being nice to everyone and caring about everyone.
Really caring and nice and that stuff.
And just a really sweet person.
Being nice to people. It means someone who treats you well.
Kindness is going above and beyond for someone you don't even know.
Someone who has a great personality.
Help them out on their math problem.
Want to make someone's day even though it doesn't benefit you, but you can help someone others by making them smile for a change.
People treat you the way you wanted to be treated.
When someone needs the kindness in their life to bring them back up, or when someone's sad and they just need the happiness in their life.
Just when people aren't having a good day or something's not going right for them, you help them no matter what.
I think kindness means helpful.
Even if you're also having a bad day, you'll help them.
When you're nice to someone.
You use your inner voice to really make sure that you can make a difference in someone's life.
I just think that you're constantly caring for people around you and doing the best to make sure everybody is happy.
Giving back and not expecting anything in return.
Somebody who is nice to everyone.
You never know what someone's going through. Giving them a compliment or something can really change their life and affect them, if they're going through something rough at that time.
If you were nice to someone at a young age and they grew up to be really rich, they might share some money with you.
He is cool, funny, kind, and sweet. He pays my dad. He is a Chiefs. He is fun.
What's up, Wavy? I just want to say thanks for nominating me, and congrats on your essay. Keep working hard and keep doing your thing.
My Kindest Kansas Citian is Mr. Berta. They are kind because he gives me hugs.
Suzanne Campbell is my kindest Kansas Citian because she has impacted my life by being an inspiration to me. Suzanne works for Della Lamb, which is a company that helps refugees find schooling, a job, and a home. Right now, Suzanne has opened her home to 2 African exchange students that are going to college in Kansas City. Suzanne also has a project in the Congo called One Thread Project. One Thread focuses on teaching women from the Congo to sew. Then they learn how to run their own business and sell the things they sew, and to in turn take care of their family. When I grow up, I want to be at least half as kind as she is. I think Suzanne is the kindest Kansas Citian and is an inspiration to me.
To me, Mr. Hugh is the kindest Kansas Citian because he plows snow off the street in the winter. Sometimes he even plows snow in the dark. Mr. Hugh lets my friends and I play football and baseball in his backyard. He's really kind to other people and smiles a lot to make other people happy. When we are going on a trip, sometimes Mr. Hugh takes us to the airport and gives my sister and I money for the trip. Mr. Hugh also lets my dad borrow tools that he needs. Mr. Hugh is always smiling and laughing. That makes me feel like he's kind, happy, and a very special neighbor.
Well, I certainly am honored that you've done this for me, Cal. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I have nominated Rhonda Wielander. She has been my voice teacher for almost 6 years now. Miss Rhonda is truly a very special person to everyone who meets her. If Miss Rhonda never existed, I don't know what I would do without her. One time, she even stayed the night at our house because my parents would be home too late to put us to bed. But Miss Rhonda made me feel a whole lot better about myself and my parents. She would comfort me every time I had a lesson, and soon singing became a coping mechanism for me. If it wasn't for Miss Rhonda, I might still be really sad about my parents' divorce. Being kind is like being a beacon of hope to someone who was going through a rough time in their life, and I was that person who was going through a rough time. Miss Rhonda is truly my beacon of hope.
I love you.
I love you too.
When we were thinking about who we would write about, I just automatically thought you. Because, I mean, who else would I write about? You're just amazing and you're so kind.
Miss Butters is kind because she brought us snacks when we were quarantined. She cares about others by making bags for the homeless. Miss Butters has taught me how to love others like she does, and same with her family. I think Wendy Byers is the kindest Kansas Citian.
Well, thank you for nominating me. It's an honor to be nominated by someone as special as you, and it makes me feel like I'm a special part of your life. You're a special part of my life.
Barry is always in a good mood and is constantly making people laugh. Barry is constantly lending a helping hand to a friend in need and a friendly smile. When he gets to know you, he remembers things that interest you or stories so you can tell him about it, and then he brings them up to strike conversation to show he cares about your interest. He is a perfect person to have on your trivia team. This guy knows his facts. Barry has impacted my life by teaching me how to always be happy and to find the good out of situations. Even when I'm older, I will always remember what Barry taught me, and I will hope to pass on his great life lessons to those around me. He has a huge heart and he is making the world a better place. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate you more than you will ever know.
When my real teacher left, we had a bunch of substitutes. Mrs. Harding was our third substitute. Mrs. Harding wanted to stay. She told my principal, I can't leave these children. These kids deserve to have a normal 4th grade. Next thing we know, she's our teacher for the rest of the year. Mrs. Harding has a big heart and makes sure that we understand everything. She keeps a bag full of snacks and money in the trunk of her car. She hands out the food and money to homeless people on the side of the highway, in the mall, in the city, and anywhere else. She cares and helps anybody in need. That's why I think that Mrs. Harding should be nominated for the Kindest Kansas Citian Award. Thank you for being so kind to us.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Parker makes me feel loved. She's a very loving, generous, and helpful person. She is generous. She helps people who don't have food. She built a little pantry and put it in the front yard. She fills it with stuff people need but can't afford to buy, like granola bars, peanut butter, soap, and even medicine. Jennifer Parker is a very helpful person. She offers help in any way she can. She donates food to people who need it. She always finds a way to help. Mrs. Parker is a very loving, generous, and helpful person.
When I started working with Tanya, I was barely reading on a 1st grade level and had a hard time spelling. She has taught me how to overcome my dyslexia by teaching me all of the letter blends and how to read with emotion. Tanya is funny and loves watching my achievements. This is why I think Tanya is the kindest Kansas Citian. Thanks for being so kind to me.
Olivia, I'm so proud of you. There were so many days when it was so hard, and you never gave up. High five.
My kindest Kansas Citian is my basketball coach, Scott Halverson. He has a mission in Kenya. He and a friend raised $25,000 to build a 3,200 square foot youth ministry. He also volunteers at church to work with kids, and he preaches the elementary kids sermon once a month.
Just getting to hang out with a kid like you and getting to coach a kid like you, it makes it super awesome.
I think Sammy Smead is the kindest Kansas Citian. Sammy is kind because she plays with me and jumps and plays on the trampoline. Sammy has taught me how to be kind. I think Sammy is the kindest Kansas Citian.
Deanne is my kindest Kansas Citian. She's not just nice to us, she's nice to the community because she donates items, she donates things that she and her children don't use anymore. Deanne follows all the 7 habits, but I will only tell you 2. The first habit she uses is habit 4, think win-win. She always comes to my birthday and never misses one of them.
It's easy to be nice to people when they are nice back, and we have a good friendship. Not only with me with his mom, but me with him. And I'm glad to know him.
Mrs. McGee helped me a lot and also helps other people. Both of my parents left my brothers and me completely. and never came back for us. But then Mrs. McGee saw us, and she decided to take us with her. She gave us clothing and helped us learn how to write and read. I was really thankful that I have a helpful teacher. But all I have to say to Mrs. McGee is thank you for letting us live with you, and thank you for taking care of us. And I'm really thankful that you did.
My Kansas Citian is my case manager, Lenice. I know her through this program that helps kids through rough times by checking on them and being there for them. She took the time out of her day to call me once a week to check up on me and told me I could call her anytime when I need to talk. She does little things that can make someone else's days much better. She'll ask, "How are you doing?" and when you're done talking, she will say, "You can call me anytime if you need anything." That made me smile. Kindness isn't about the gesture, it's about taking time out of your day to help somebody even if it does not benefit you. She loves what she does. I give her all the credit for making me the way I am today. I am more positive and outgoing because of the confidence she helped me build.
Throughout my 16 years of living, there had been many people who have been kind to me. However, it is my personal belief that there is no one who is kinder than Mrs. Janella Wigman. There has never been a moment where she hasn't been kind to the people around her, even when this world wasn't kind to her. For a period of time, Mrs. Wigman was battling breast cancer. Even though she was stuck with this terrible disease, she continued to spread kindness to her kindergarten classes, her coworkers, and other students around the school. When I was in 5th grade, Mrs. Wigman started a robotics club at my elementary school. Mrs. Wigman opened my eyes to the world of robotics, because it was this club that made me want to be a robotics engineer as my career. In the end, Mrs. Wigman introduced me to my dream.
I'd like to take the time to recognize a group of very kind and important people in my life. The people I'm talking about are all my teachers at Fort Osage High School. Eric Holmes, Brittany Franklin, Lindsay Thompson, Sarah McIntyre, Derek Barker, Natalie Miller, and Jennifer Novogratz. January 11th, I was in an accident. Me and my dog were both struck by a car while going for a walk. Nobody stopped to even check if I was okay. But when I returned to school, many people didn't believe me and some didn't even care. But that wasn't the case for my teachers. They comforted me and kept checking on me to see if I needed anything. It's been almost a full month since my accident and I still haven't fully recovered mentally from it. But knowing my teachers are there for me makes it better. I couldn't ask for these better people to be in my life. Today my dog Sarge and me, we're doing much better.
On December 4th, 2016, at the age of 10, my brother Philip Diaz was murdered. Shelley Cartwright is the director of Corey's network. Shelley Cartwright had a son, Corey Lakovich. Corey was 23 at the time of his passing. After Corey's murder, his family quickly found out there was no victim advocates assigned to surviving victims of homicide. Corey's network has had donated to 191 funerals of homicide victims. According to Shelley, I go into the funeral home, drop the check off, and walk out. I don't want the family to feel as if they need to return the favor. This to me is true kindness. Finding in her heart to help someone at their lowest point in life is the most humanly possible thing you can do to show your kindness. I asked her why she does what she does, and she told me it's seeing that's what Corey would have done. Not only is she helping others in her community, but she is keeping her son's name alive. Just having that person come in and help you at your lowest point in life. Like, we need people like that because we all felt broken, so now we came together as a big community and we all help other people.
I'm here for you. That statement was one of the most powerful things I've ever heard from a teacher. Kathy Hafford is one of the kindest people in Kansas. And when she said that to me, everything felt like it was going to be okay. She cared for her students before she cared for herself. I was going through a rough time at that moment, and she put her feelings aside and tried to make me feel better. After a couple talks, I felt better about my situation. And when the year was done, I thanked her so much because she told me, "I'm here for you," in one of our conversations. Deval Patrick once said, "A great teacher is full of excitement and love for her students and can make a difference in their lives." That's what Mrs. Hafford has done for me and so many other kids. She is the definition of the kindest Kansas Citian. No one can compare.
The kindest Kansas Citian. How is that measured? By the way they impact one person or the way they impact society? Well, my kindest Kansas Citian does both. Katie Becker, counselor, mother, role model. Every time I see her, she has a smile on her face. She was warm and comforting. Immediately, she knew something was up, so she asked me about it, and I felt so comfortable around her I spilled my guts about everything. I was crying in tears when she looked up and said that something needed to be done. This woman changed my life, and I cannot thank her enough.